everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wonderful to have you with us. So today we have with us one of our returning guest speakers, Maria Martinez. And our topic today is Limitless Lifecodes, Activate Your Perfect Health and Infinite Wealth for Unbound Potential. And very excited to be hosting this call. We're going to learn some really cool things. For example, how to restore the divine connection with your health and wealth to create an overflow of abundance. We are also going to find out that what are you not doing right now so that you're not getting the results that you want. So what exactly is it that you're missing? Because we all want perfect health and wealth at the same time. So what's going on? Why is it that some of us have one and some of us have the other and some of us have neither? So how can we be one of those people that have both? So what's keeping you from getting the results that you so badly want? What is the secret that we're missing out on? So we're going to talk about all of that from our master healer, Maria Martinez today, and a little bit about Maria. She comes from a lineage of shamans, and from a very young age, she started mentoring with the archangels, her guides, which included Archangel Michael, Raphael, Metatron, Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and other ascended masters. She often had visitors like Council of Light, and Maria is here to facilitate miracle healing, human potential, wealth consciousness, and awakening to divine power, sovereignty, and true freedom. So she channels divine source intelligence to facilitate powerful healing and transformation. Her body of work incorporates DNA repair and activation. She also does clearings on entities, virus, bacteria, yeast, fungal, parasites, draconian, Anunnaki, Archon, AI, nanotech, synthetic, spiritual soul clearings from the multidimensional bodies, galactic healing chambers, multidimensional bodies repairs, awakening and reintegration, inner child healing, quantum timeline leaping, hypnotherapy, light language, source codes, soul, spirit fragments retrievals, wealth consciousness activation, human potential activation, which is ancestral, generational, bloodline, karmic, contract clearing, clearing black magic, witchcraft, hexes, curses, and releasing epigenetic programs, and so much more. Oh my God, that is a long list. Welcome, my dear friend. Great to have you with us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here with all of you. I'm so excited.
Well, we're excited too. So first, let's talk about what it means to restore the divine connection with our health and wealth. And why is it important?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's, as creator beings, we were created with the ability to live our full potential. We were created with the ability to heal and live a happy, joyful life. And we were created also with the blueprint to live that healthy life. Now, throughout time and throughout our incarnations, we forgot about who we are. We forgot that divinity within us and the perfect divine creation that we are. So in that separation, we created splinters of our souls, of our spirits. We even created different timelines. And we continue to do that throughout time. And that created even more separation from our truth, which meant that living our health or perfect health and accessing our divine fortune became almost impossible to do because we were so fragmented across time and space. So now we get to look at first of all, knowing ourselves as our truth, knowing ourselves as creative beings and as the origin of creation, as pure light source, as the divine intelligence within us, which is everything that we really are that's already within us. But we operate at a denser level versus operating in that light level. And from the denser level, we focus more on the outside versus what's already within us, in that abundance, in the intelligence, in the also what's already available, the healing protocols within us. So when we start changing that around, when we start looking within and accessing the divine intelligence within us, and we start seeing ourselves sort of as a book or a canvas that from time, it became diluted and it became fragmented, and we go back in and sort of edit it and brush out and delete and then restore. Then we come back to that original place of creation and start living from who we truly are. And that happens in many different ways, through regression, through going into our timelines and clearing our timelines and bringing in the wisdom of who we are. That happens with clearing and also collapsing timelines. So it's a series of processes that happen. But the key is really making that realization and then embracing that realization of who we are, and then beginning to embody that realization of who we are, and then looking at what needs, sort of the clutter that needs to be cleared out and what needs to be restored so that we can restore who we truly are.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. So going back to that kind of point of neutrality and then really the point of infinite potential. I love that. Mm-hmm. So I want to go a little bit deeper into that. But before that, I want to ask you, you work with so many people, you get them amazing results. In your experience, what is the main thing that people are missing? What is it that we're not doing that we should be doing?
Yes. So the main thing that I've seen for many people when it comes to their health, when it comes to living their full potential, when it comes to being happy in their life, is the separation of their spirit. So their spirit is operating separately. We intellectually understand that we are spirit if we're or if we believe in spirituality. We understand that there's a spirit, we understand that it's part of us. But the connection is often what's missing. Either the spirit is not in the body, the spirit has been trapped somewhere else, the spirit has been fragmented, the spirit has been in a state of asleep. And when we awaken the spirit, when we restore the spirit, when we bring back the spirit, and when we have the spirit embodied, then we are able to align the mind and the spirit and the energy. So that increases our vitality, it increases our life force, it increases our focus. That also allows us to access more of our potential. It also allows us to remove ceiling and set points that we set for ourselves, limitations. It allows us to really own and embody our self-worth and our value, and move into the place of I am, and really own that authority.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's really powerful. So, okay. So we get that we're separated from our spirit, and that's causing all kinds of things. But you also mentioned that when you work with people, you clear like karmic stuff, epigenetics, those kinds of things. Talk about that a little bit more, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's part of the restoration of the spirit. So the spirit carries a lot of the information. So when we go through our different lifetimes, we make decisions, we live certain lives. Many times we're not awake, many times we have some level of awakening, but we make decisions. We have a life review and we create decisions about that life. That becomes our karma, whether we thought we lived a good life or not. That gets embedded into our spirit. So instead of our spirit feeling bright and full of light and full of potential, it starts carrying these sort of faults and guilt with it. I have to pay the price. So these programs that we carry on from different lifetimes. And then we come into this lifetime, and then we adopt more of those programs. So they begin to get stacked on top of our spirit. So our spirit becomes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and the wedge between who we are and our spirit becomes wider. So when we restore the spirit, part of the process is to look at what information is carried in the spiritual DNA that we can release: epigenetic, karmic, other past life agreements and soul contracts that are currently playing out or that have played out in other lifetimes. What other entanglement is connected to other lifetimes that we can now clear? So we look at everything that is being carried in the DNA of the spirit. We also look at what's being carried in the energy, and also what's in the soul, that the soul is not quite fully awake and activating the body as well to have that perfect health. So when we look at ourselves, we don't look at just one thing. We look at the dimensions of who we are. We look at that dimension of the spirit. We look at the dimension of the energetic field, and which that also has many other dimensions like the chakras, the heart line, the auric field, and other energy centers. And we also look at the mind, the mental programs that are floating around in the mind that are being played out as well as the emotional entanglement or the emotional density that we also accepted, that is lowering the vibration and the light frequency that the soul body and the spirit body and the overall energetic field are carrying. So again, we're looking at the multidimensional being in every aspect. And then when we work from that place, then we can begin to reintegrate into wholeness.
Beautiful. I've always wondered, Maria, that, when you look at how it sounds pretty complicated, right? It's like, oh, all this stuff is going on. And at some level, we agreed to all of this. Why is it? What's the purpose of all this? I know it's like, it seems like, okay, because it can't be that, we decided to come into this world so that, we could have all these wonderful things that the world has to offer, right? So what is this whole thing about? Like, why did we agree to this? Why did Source design it this way? It's almost like, I don't want to be facetious, but what's all this drama about?
That's a really good question. I actually get that question quite often. So Source created us as beings with free will. And we decided from a place of empowerment to evolve. And one way that we decided to evolve was through the human experience. So
which
when we
full of contraction and restrictions and
right. And when we decided to evolve as a human, not only did we decide that for ourselves, we also enrolled others in our life as well as they enrolled us to come into this experience. And part of our suffering, the pain and suffering, is really actually the learning that we decided to learn to evolve. So we decided to forget that we were powerful. We decided to forget that we had this pure potentiality in order to learn something about the human experience, which is self-belief, self-trust, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, self-love, self-worth. All of those are part of the human experience. And in our learning of that, we're also teaching others, right? We can teach others. So when we decided, that's one way that we're serving actually in humanity. We came in forgetting, and then our journey is to remember our happiness, to remember to choose, to remember that we are powerful beings. So we decided to move away from victim into creator beings and to restore our knowing of who we are. And in that process, we're also supporting others to do that. So when people ask me about the purpose, I go, well, the purpose is, it's expressed many different ways, but really the purpose is to know yourself and choose happiness and live your fulfilled life.
Yeah. And I agree with you. And, when I've been thinking about it, it's like, we were created from this amazing, amazing love. That was the source of our creation, right? And then we were made to forget. And then we were made to go through all these experiences of duality. And I feel that our journey through this life is to find our way back to love, right? Mm-hmm. That is what is happiness. That is what is the joyful experience. So it's so interesting to see how we go through this human experience and how can we make this journey back to love less difficult, right? Like, how can we figure out, if somebody has already figured out some of the ways, how can we make our, collapse the timeline and collapse the time that is required to, instead of 10 years or 20 years, you've been doing it for so many years, instead of us having to spend that much time, how about we make it shorter and, get there faster, because you've already figured out a lot of the stuff and you have the tools to help us. So I'm seeing no comments, which means you guys are just riveted and you're loving everything she's saying. But if you have any questions, remember, you guys can send them in the chat or in the Q&A box. You can also send her some love, as I saw many of you were doing. Make sure that we send love to our beautiful healers and speakers. There is a question. If souls are pure and powerful, why do we actually have to go through all this learning? This is something that I've been having trouble grasping. It's kind of what you just answered. Yeah.
And just to add to what we were talking about is that we choose, right? As creator beings, we choose our experience. We're not really made to do anything. We choose that. And as we choose it, one, because we know we're powerful. We know it's just going to be an experience. And the key to lessen and heal faster is the observation of who we are. When we stay in the victim and we're in the, why is this happening to me? We get stuck in the pain. We get stuck in the, I'm helpless or I'm hopeless. But when we realize that I chose this, for whatever reason I chose this, maybe at this point I don't understand, maybe I can't see why I would choose this. But if we can step back for a moment and observe ourselves and observe our relationships with others, then we will see how we're showing up in the world. So for instance, let's say that somebody took advantage of us, right? And let's say whatever that is, whether it's in a relationship or in a friendship or in a business. And instead of blaming, instead of feeling bad about it, we take a deep breath and we step back and we look at, how did I show up in that situation? Did I own my power? Did I own my self-worth? Did I believe in myself? Did I trust myself? Did I have healthy boundaries? Then you can begin to observe yourself and you can begin to accelerate the learning. You can begin to accelerate the reasons why you are here, and you can adapt and also integrate the learnings a lot faster. And when you move into your awareness, you actually lessen, first of all, the intensity of the lessons that are coming up, but also the number of lessons that you have to learn, because you're getting it a lot quicker. So when you move away from victim to creator, to being responsible about what you're creating, then you can see the world very different.
Beautiful. I love that. And for me, it was really helpful once I realized that the human experience is just a little blimp on the radar. It's just a little tiny dot. We've been living way before that, and we are going to continue to live after that. And whether, I'm not sure, I believe it's all on planet Earth. It's different places, different dimensions. And there was a certain, let's say, this is my theory, I could be totally wrong, but let's say we had a certain frequency at which we were existing in a certain dimension, and we wanted to go up in a higher dimension. But in order to do that, our frequency has to go up. And there is no better place than the restrictions of Earth, planet Earth, and human experience. It's almost like a diamond, right? How does a coal turn into diamond after centuries of pressure? It becomes the strongest, element on the planet, and its brilliance is unmatched, right? So that's kind of what it's like. You go through the pressures and the duality and the restrictions and the contractions of planet Earth. But as soon as we're dead here, we're somewhere else. And it's like, oh, cool. Okay, well, that was not so bad, even though we might have lived 80, 90 years on planet Earth, So I think when we get very myopic and we just look at our experience on planet Earth as the be all and end all, then we lose sight of the fact that the picture is much bigger, right? And for me, that's very helpful to remember always. And yet at the same time, there's some questions, so I want to address those as well. Do you think that genetic disease is ancestral? Well, I mean, if it's genetic, then it would be ancestral, right?
Yeah, but anything could be restored and clear. Your DNA can be repaired. It's information that at one point we accepted. So the key of all these questions is really, what did we choose and what did we decide? So whether it's disease, whether it's some trauma in our life, whether it's unworthiness or undeservingness, at some point we decided that that's who we were when we forgot or when we separated from our truth. That's why the key is to go back to our truth, our separation of our soul, the dimming of our light, the symptoms, diseases that we run through our body. At some point we accepted either from our parents, from our grandparents, we accepted the standards of society, and we created our life. And as we're going through this experience, we're learning that none of it is ours. And we're learning that we can choose something different. We're learning that we can change, we can shed all of that. And we can choose to be our greatest self. We can choose to access our divine right inheritance. We can choose to access divine health, divine perfect health. We can choose many different things. And the key to that is also observing ourselves and how we're relating and what programs we're running that created our reality. And when we deconstruct that and reconstruct something that is more powerful in alignment with our I am, then our world becomes very different and looks very different.
Yeah. So Shari's saying Bruce Lipton says that 5% is genetic, lifestyle, emotional, etc. Well, yeah, because genetic stuff is, as Maria said, it's information that is encoded in our DNA. Whether that gene expression is actually going to get turned on, a lot of it has to do with how we are living our lives, its environment, its epigenetics, it's so many different things. Like if you guys can see this is vitiligo, right? I didn't have it, didn't know I was a carrier, had no clue, got COVID, and 2 years later had this. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't ask any healer to work on it, because I kind of think it's cool. I like it. I kind of like it. It's everywhere, but I don't know. I kind of think it's cool. But so I was carrier of a certain ancestral genetic thing, but I had no clue until it expressed itself because of COVID and maybe because of the vaccine, because I did take that. I had to travel. Who knows? Who knows what actually triggered it to express? And that's what Bruce Lipton talks about a lot too. There's so much that may not happen disease-wise, but it's because of the lifestyle choices that we are making and whatever the environment interaction we're having. So emotions, the physical, the food, the radio messages that we're sending each other all the time, so much affects the gene expression. And yeah, the doctors will call it, oh, this is genetics, but it's so much more than that. So thank you for answering that, Maria. And somebody wants to know, what are timelines? Can you talk a little bit about timelines and 0 point, please?
Absolutely. So timelines so the way I see timelines are expression of ourselves that are happening at the same time. We have the current timeline that we're aware of, and there's other timelines in which we're expressing ourselves. So it's like they're choice points, and some of them we're very aware of. Like today I made a choice. Now I know this is happening. Other timelines that we're not aware of that may be even better than this timeline are happening at the same time that we can choose. And this is when we can collapse timelines, but we basically quantum leap by clearing whatever is keeping us in this lifetime. Some of that could be epigenetic, some of that could be programs, some of that could be something energetic in our field that is creating density. And then we can move up to the higher vibrational timeline. So if we are merging or converging timelines to the most, the timeline that is going to take us to our destination and our greatest desires a lot faster. So again, these are multiple spaces in time where we're expressing ourselves. And really, when we say the past and the future, it's all in the now. And that's why we're able to open up other timelines and other lifetimes in this moment and now and see what's happening, because everything is happening in the now. We just, at some point, science decided past, present, and future, and that's how we've been thinking about ourselves. But in reality, everything is happening in the now, especially when we can step into other dimensions and other timelines and other spaces, other worlds.
Okay, somebody wanted to know the session price. We haven't spoken about the offer yet, but yes, you can get a session with Maria. It's available after you check out. It is an add-on for $97. So if you're interested in that, you will check out with the offer first. And then at checkout point, just make sure you add that. And if you did check out and you forgot to do that and you want to get a session, you can just email support at fromheartachetojoy.com. So we will talk about the offer in just a little bit. But this is, we're going to find, this is the offer with which you are going to be able to restore the divine connection with your health, wealth, to really create an overflow of abundance and live a life that is beyond any limits, which is kind of what we came here to do, right? If we are supposed to return back to source, return back to love, then that is limitless. So beautiful. Energy parasites cannot be cleared. They say it's karma and cannot be cleared by most energy healers. How can that be?
Yeah, they can be cleared.
Yeah.
Absolutely. like parasites, attachments, entities, implants, all of that can be cleared because it's your choice, and you're also choosing something different. You move into your powerful choice as I am sovereign, I am free. And then we create the space for you to release and delete it and create everything that is not in alignment with the new frequency that you're stepping into. And that's, very easy.
And I'm going to say, Mikove, just delete that, please. Whoever told you that they can't be cleared, you're a powerful being with free will. How can a powerful being with free will say that, it can't be cleared? So please delete that and say no to that right now.
Absolutely.
So, because maybe that's why most energy healers, if you worked with, if they have not been able to clear it, because you're holding on to that belief that it can't be cleared. So guess what? Then you're gonna hinder them, right? So delete that right now, honey. And so I'm reading.
Sorry, I want to add something to that. That's actually a very powerful statement you just made, Eram, that if you don't believe healing can happen for you, if you don't believe that you can access abundance, if you don't believe that you can quantum leap, if you don't believe that you can access your full potential, then that's a program that we need to handle. Like, that's a program that needs to be moved out of your field, uncreated, brought to 0 point so that you can create, something completely
different. We're going to do some of that today, right? We're going to do that in the mini one-on-ones. Yes, Maria is going to be working with you guys and clearing stuff fast, because listen to this. This is what some of her clients have said. Just a few hours after the first audio, I received a call that an amazing and abundant business opportunity came my way. It was almost immediate, and I knew instantly that I was worthy, and I accepted it with ease and grace. Another person, Diane, said, Maria helped me heal from an autoimmune disorder that almost took my life. That is some powerful stuff. Very, very powerful. Sophia said, thank you so much for my session. The pain is 90% gone now, which is incredible, as I was in chronic pain every day since the session. I have barely felt it. Lillian said, I just got a client pay me more than I've made in the last 7 months. I feel I am more consistently embodying wealth consciousness. And there's many, many more that are on her offer page. But this connection between having abundant health and wealth, and I know that one of the things you teach is that a lot of times people think they can have one or the other, and a lot of times they end up having neither. Mm-hmm. Talk about that a little bit. Why do we carry that belief? Many of us do.
Yeah, well, that's part of the teachings of society. It's about earning, like you have to earn happiness, you have to earn your value, you have to earn, then if you can have this, or when you have this, then you can have, those are conditions, conditioning of society. But what's really interesting is that when we move away from when the conditions, when I have this and then I have that, to I can have it all in the moment, even if we focus on one, then the other ones open up. But when we are aware that we can have one and open up to that possibility, then we can open up to everything, meaning that, you mentioned everything is love. We're coming back to love. And really that is the key to everything. Love, unconditional love, self-love, all of that is the key to having it all. And when we come back to that place, then that love, unconditional love, spreads to every area of our life, because we're showing up differently, because the belief in ourselves is different, because the vibration that we're holding is different. So when it comes to money, a lot of that has to do with I don't love myself enough to have it, therefore I'm not worthy. Right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to relationships, I don't love myself enough to have an amazing relationship, so I'm not worthy of a great relationship. I'm not deserving. When it comes to a career, I have to prove myself. I don't love myself enough, so I have to prove that I'm good enough in order to have success, abundance, and prosperity. So it comes back to the core, to the I am love. I am unconditional love. I am divine love. And when we come back to that place, then we start unlocking. This is where the codes come in. We start unlocking the codes in all these areas of our life that become activated as we continue to hold the space of love, and we continue to hold the space of possibility. And when we stay focused in that place of who we are, love and divine love and compassion and loving kindness, that continues to create an overflow in every area of our life. And that's a shift, and it's a choice. So we make that choice, we embody that, and then that shift continues to happen over time.
I love that. So wise, so full of wisdom. I love that. And I want to say, I wish I knew you 15 years ago, so I didn't have to go through 15 years of learning, and you could have just, cleared me and activated the codes. But, even one belief that I am conditionally loved. I worked through initially when I went into self-development, I thought I had done a lot of work on myself, and I had done away with I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, da 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 da. But I didn't realize that now I had this new program running, which was I'm conditionally lovable, I'm conditionally worthy, and I'm conditionally this and that. And that one belief that I'm conditionally lovable had changed the prism through which I looked at life, and how I responded and how I showed up. All of my behavior was getting controlled through that, because it was conditional, right? When I learned that, no, I am unconditionally lovable, and I am unconditionally loved by God. I like to use the word God, so source, whatever. And it began to change how I showed up in life in so many ways. Like, I'll give you an example. In the past, when my business used to go down, businesses always fluctuate. They go up, they go down, they go up. So all these triggers come up, and it used to be like what you were saying. I'm unworthy. This was a fluke anyway. I had a good ride, and now it's done. Nobody ever said it was going to last forever. So it's, blah, blah, blah. And now it's like what you were saying, when you have abundance consciousness. So the business might be down, and I sit down and like, okay, what do I have an abundance of now? Because the money side of things is a bit tight. And it's like, oh, I now have an abundance of compassion, because now I'm more focused on people that that have less, that maybe are poor, that are hungry. So I have an abundance of compassion. I have more of an abundance of connection with the divine, because I'm, not comfortable in this situation. So I'm trying to seek comfort from. So it's like, there is so much abundance, like what you were saying. It's an overflow of abundance, no matter what state you're in. You're just abundant all the time, because you're just focusing on what is actually true abundance, and not just one of its forms, which is money. It's one of its forms. It's an important form, I understand, but it's just one of its forms. There's so many other forms of abundance that we are surrounded by and with constantly, and it's that consciousness. It's because you change your prism, and you're like, oh wow. So like I said, I wish I had met you 15 years ago, so I didn't have to go through a lot to learn this, and you could have just cleared me. But yeah, so can we take some callers now and see what kind of clearings we can do? Because this is for wealth, health, relationships, whatever you guys feel you're stuck in. Maria is here to help. And Maria, would it also help other people listening, or just the person that you're working?
Absolutely. When we come together as a group, we bring in into the group energy, we're put in a container of possibility and healing. So if anything resonates with you, just stay open to receive. Or even if it doesn't resonate, because there's always something at a subtle level that you can integrate.
Yeah. So Gretchen is going to be handling this now, but just as a reminder, because it looks like most of you have not raised your hand, you're going to get a chance to get a clearing from Maria. What you have to do is go to the bottom of the screen, put your cursor at the bottom of the screen. You see the reactions button, click that, and there's an option that says raise hand. And that's going to place you in the queue, and Gretchen is going to pick people from that queue so that they get a chance to talk to Maria. So over to you, Gretchen. I'm going to turn my camera off so that it's not distracting. And Gretchen is going to start unmuting people.
Awesome. All right. So first up, we have Margaret. You should be able to unmute yourself, Margaret.
You have to unmute yourself, hon. There you
hello.
go. We can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Margaret.
Hi. Right. So I have a reoccurring problem. each time I clear all the obstacles and everything, they seem to just keep coming back. And I'm literally at a point that I'm just thinking, what is going on? How many times do I have to keep clearing? Or I'm not quite sure what is going on with me, but it's a case of that. I'm just asking how many times do I have to keep clearing, because I've cleared quite a lot, but obstacles keep coming back. So how do I get a result that I can just clear for once and for all?
Yes. So it has to do with your intention. That's what I'm saying. So I'm seeing the obstacles that are being cleared, but the approach to clearing them, it feels like it's more from a sense of fear, desperation, versus a powerful choice, a powerful intention. It's about making a decision, the decision that you're no longer settling for your current life situation, that you're no longer settling for less than what you deserve. And when you move into that powerful intention, I can see the shift in your energy as you clear the obstacles. And it actually feels like when you move into that shift, and this is actually something that I teach because it's very powerful. Because when you move into, I am no longer willing to settle, or I am no longer tolerating this level, I'm no longer tolerating anything less than what I deserve. There's a shift in your energy. It's almost like heat alchemy that happens within your field that moves you into a different place. So go ahead and try that for yourself, especially when you're coming across. So that's one thing that I see. The other thing that I see for you is I can see a level of being ungrounded, especially when you're working through this. So a good practice for everybody is to surrender yourself, meaning that when you wake up in the morning, surrender yourself to your true self, like your higher self, to source, to universe. My choice of word is God or source or universe. So every morning I surrender myself to source, to God, to universe, to show me the way forward, with ease and grace, to help me align myself and serve in the best way that I can. So what we're also doing is we're also moving away from what is wrong with me. So how can I be the greatest person in my life? And that allows source to work through you. So when you're making choices, when you're clearing and removing obstacles, it's not really you, because then you're not acting from fear. You're allowing source to do it for you. And that also allows you to move into more flow, and allows you to move into the state of grace and loving kindness for yourself. And I can see all of this happening already for you, Margaret, as I'm speaking to you. That's how the clearing happens. So allow yourself to just breathe into the space, into the moment, to ground yourself into the space, into the moment. Allow yourself to shift into, I surrender myself to the divine, so the divine can work through me with ease and grace. And allow the divine intelligence to be awakened within you, so that you can move into endless possibilities, limitless possibilities, for you to allow yourself to access abundance within you, and continue to breathe into that space. And what's really important, especially when we're facing, when we feel like if something doesn't happen now, then my life is going to go awry, or something terrible is going to happen, or I'm going to lose it all. That is the breakthrough point. That is where we want to hold our faith. We want to really embody our trust in ourselves and the divine. Because what happens at that point, that's like a choice point. It's a fork in the road. When you go back into fear at that point, when you say nothing's really working, remember, everything happens in divine timing, and there's also a readiness. If you're doing it, asking things out of desperation, out of fear, it's not going to happen in that moment. When you move into trust and then ask with intention, that's when it's going to happen. Because now you're surrendering yourself and you're allowing the divine to work for you. Does that make sense, Margaret?
It does make sense. And that does that include in clearing blocks to abundance? I'm talking, well, more specifically money and blocks. Does that include clearing money? Okay. Absolutely.
It's everything, because, and especially abundance and prosperity, because that has to do with our self-worth. Our self-worth, when we are embodying lack of self-worth or lack of deservingness, it's almost like it doesn't matter how much we ask, it's not going to happen, because we're disconnected from what we want and desire. what we truly want to desire, and what we truly know that is ours, that we can access. Does that make sense? So when you move into that place of I am an intentionality, and you move into that place of it is like you now expect it. I ask for it and I expect it and I allow it, and I go out about my day following my guidance and choosing joy and happiness. Does that make sense? You don't have to ask for it many, many times. Ask one time, embodying the level of certainty, level of intention, level of joy, level of flow, radical trust, and it's done.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Margaret.
Thank you.
Now, you were doing clearings as you spoke, right? As
Yes.
you were speaking, you were doing the clearing. So just so everybody understands that, yeah, as Maria is talking to you and helping you understand, she's also doing the clearings. Yeah, beautiful. Anna said this also spoke to me. That's beautiful. All right. So anybody messaging in chat that they need that they would like to get a clearing, please make sure that you go to the reactions button, choose raise hand, and then you will be placed in the queue. We have a lot of people in the queue already. I don't know how many we can get to today, but we're going to try our best to get to as many as possible. Okay, next person.
Awesome. All right. Next up is Gwen.
Hi.
Hello,
Hey,
Gwen.
So I guess mine would be related to health. I've had left knee pain for many years, had lots of energy healing on it. There's a lot of activities I can do, but what I can't do is walk. And I would love to be able to go outside. It's fall now, and I'd love to be able to go outside and walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just to let everybody know, depending on what your question is, your healing may also look different. Like for Gwen, there's an attachment in her knee. There's something wrapped around your knee that doesn't allow you to move. And it's very tight, very constricted. So we're going to help you move that out of your knee. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Yeah, it's moving and it gets tighter and tighter. It's resisting. So go ahead and take another deep breath and just allow yourself to ground into the moment as you're choosing to heal, as you're choosing to be sovereign, as you're choosing to align into the light, as you're choosing to have healthy body, health and vitality. Okay, there it goes. So starting to loosen up. There it goes. Okay, so now it's actually moved. So now the way it looks is that it's been occupying that space for so long. Just imagine like something wrapped, like a tourniquet being wrapped on your leg, and it limited blood flow and circulation and even muscle movement. So it's atrophy, and that's what your knee looks like right now. There's not a lot of circulation and it has atrophy. So we want to restore that part, restore the circulation, so the life force into your knee. We want to restore the circulation coming into your knee, the vitality into your knee. We want to create lots of light flow energy. So this is a war injury from another lifetime as well. I can see that you were injured in a war as a soldier. So it's also karmic. So we're going to release that karmic imprint as well. We're going to also send healing light to that other lifetime. Okay, one more deep breath. There's also pain and punishment here. So sometimes we punish ourselves for the life that we've lived, and we create self-sabotage in our body. So you have some of that going on in your knee. So go ahead and take one more deep breath. And let's go ahead and bring in the energy of forgiveness. The frequency of forgiveness, the frequency of self-love, the frequency of self-acceptance, the frequency of compassion and loving kindness. I can also see the program of nothing really works for me. It's floating around the center of your head. So go ahead and see yourself just kind of reaching in and then pulling that out. from the center of the head and just release it to source. There's something connected to the spine as well that is connected to other lifetimes. So this is often where we carry the energy of trauma. And this is connected to that knee injury as well. So we're going to go ahead and just bring in light healing energy into the spine as well and allow it to flow through your spine to can fully integrate. And we're going to set the integration to continue over the next 24 hours for you to fully integrate and embody this new frequency of I am and fully own and restore your knee, your back as well. One more deep breath. Beautiful, beautiful. And one more deep breath. And again, just allow yourself to receive in this moment. Allow yourself to be free in this moment. Allow yourself to be sovereign and fully own your body in this moment. Allow your spirit to reconnect with you, reconnect with your body, your mind, your soul. One more deep breath to awaken within you divine protocols, healing protocols. At every level of your being, activating your stem cells, activating your master cells, activating the light within you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, Gwen.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
And everything you said, Claire, was so spot on.
How are you feeling, Gwen?
Good, good.
Awesome.
There's a sense of hope. Yeah. And there's a sense of spaciousness coming around my knee.
Very cool.
That hope is when you're connected to that field of possibilities and potential. So that's beautiful, Gwen. Beautiful job.
Thank you.
All right. So who do you have next, Gretchen?
All right. Next up is Francine.
Hi, Francine.
Hi. So my situation is health. So for over 20 years, I've been feeling unwell, just really fatigued, foggy brain, like I just can't function. And recently I had a crazy accident and I fell and fractured both my feet and fractured my vertebra. So I'm trying to recover from all that. So I'm grateful for anything to help me through. And I've tried so many different things to feel better and energetically and physical healing, but I'm open to whatever you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Your spirit is not in your body. Your spirit hasn't been in your body for quite some time. It's actually floating, it's floating in a different dimension, and it's dim. So it doesn't know that it's not awake. It doesn't know. So we need to awaken your spirit and restore your spirit. Go ahead and take a deep breath. We're going to do that, and just allow yourself again to be in this beautiful moment of possibility, this beautiful moment of potentiality, this beautiful moment of intention. And go ahead and allow yourself to come into the center of the head, into your authority. Okay, we're going to go and bring your spirit back. It almost feels like it's floating in the quantum space. Okay, go ahead and take one more deep breath. We're just going to reconnect to your spirit and bring your spirit back. Okay. So we reconnected with your spirit. We want to awaken your spirit. So We're going to have source, universe, light connect to your spirit and have your spirit awaken to its true purpose of creation, to its pure potentiality, to its limitless potential, to know that it's pure light, pure source energy, to remember that it's infinite and it cannot be dim, it cannot be broken, it cannot be destroyed, it cannot be hurt. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Okay. Your spirit is coming back into your body. Now it's right behind you now, but we want to clear. So right now there's another density in your body that is just taking over. It feels heavy. It feels like a blob. So we're going to go ahead and remove that energy from your field so we can create space for your spirit to come back now. Go ahead and take one more deep breath and just hold the space for you to own your body, to own your light, to align your spirit, your soul, your mind, to reintegrate your body into wholeness, to be the authority. One more deep breath. Okay, beautiful. You actually have assistance coming in. I see some of the archangels coming in, helping you move this energy density out of your field. Beautiful. Now your spirit is stepping in. Beautiful. Let the expansion of your field and allow the new frequencies to come in. We want to raise the frequency of your body so that your spirit can come in into a great environment, into a place filled with light. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're connecting your spirit with your soul. One more deep breath. We're igniting the fire within you, the connection of your spirit and your soul, and we're amplifying the field. It's like you're being recalibrated. One more deep breath. Ushtayane Kiyamakaya Nakutia Noshtia Ko Ayateako Umkayatia Nakashtamakona Yetishti Unikishinakaya Kaya Mawayata Ushta Anayata Shtayana Kashayo Makoya Nakamakuti Titianayete Umkayate Yete Shawato Koonayete Ushtana Kishinakaya Makoyot Ayane Ayane. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to ground you into your body. We're going to send a beautiful beam of light down to your earth star and a beautiful golden light up to your soul star, to source, the universe, and amplify that connection. Beautiful. Beautiful, Francine. How do you feel?
Thank you. I'm so grateful. I feel a lightness I haven't felt in such a long time. So thank you so much. So grateful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That is so beautiful. Love that. Awesome. Thank you, Francine. Thank you.
Yeah.
And as Maria said, anybody that wants to say yes and receive all these beautiful energies, you can. If you missed any of these, please make sure you listen to the replay and receive those energies. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about Maria's amazing offer, how you too can get these absolutely wonderful clearings. And orderjoy2020.com/Maria23 is the link if you want to type it in. Gretchen has also posted that in the chat box, so you will have to copy it and then paste it into your browser. And what we're going to do now is we are going to, there it is. So this is how to restore the divine connection with your health and wealth to create an overflow of abundance and live a life beyond any limits. So if you want to break free from the chains of stagnating health, or you want to unlock the doors to untapped wealth waiting for you, or step into the true potential that's been hidden within you, or be the master of your destiny and the captain of your soul, then Maria is going to tell us about the Limitless Lifecodes. So if you can scroll a bit more, and let's get to this amazing offer from Maria. And here we go. So
Wonderful.
yeah, these are 8 limitless MP3s, limitless life code MP3s.
Yeah, and our whole conversation today has been about you are a powerful creator. You are the master of your destiny already. You were actually created to have it all. You were created to make choices, powerful choices, or to have free will and express your free will, to restore everything that's already available to you. And in these codes, that's what we're doing. It's the how. You know, this is about empowering you to be able to create the transformations. And in the how, there's also a new frequency that is coming in and being embedded. As you're raising your vibration, as you're clearing, as you're moving and opening up to possibility. So we start with self-discovery. You are the center of the universe. Again, the self-discovery is, who am I truly? What is, who am I at creation or as creation? Because we want to restore that relationship and that knowing with you. When you restore that knowing of who you are, you create a new baseline. You're creating a new foundation for yourself. Instead of from everything you know and everything that you learn and inherited from what's happening around the world, you move all of that out of the way and you start from that new foundation of self-discovery, of knowing your truth. And from that place, when you make those choices, there are clear in you're clearing your alignment with those choices. And as you discover yourself and you continue to develop that relationship with yourself, that actually also allows you to move into greater certainty, to move into greater sense of joy. When we talk about being in flow, that's what we're talking about. Is I know myself so well, and I trust the divine in my relationship with the divine, that I know that I'm going to be taken care of. That is absolute flow, radical trust. And that's the place this is the intention to get you to the place of radical trust, certainty, resolve, to feel that you know and feel and know and embody your limitless potential and your unbounded abundance. And we do this by compounding these codes. The next code is the miracle frequency, activating with you the miracle frequency of healing. Now, when we activate the miracle frequency of healing with you is awakening, first of all, that suffering is something that we choose, right? So awakening from that point and moving into, so today I decide that I don't need to suffer anymore. I decide that my body can heal itself. My body has the protocols within to heal itself. So I am therefore choosing to allow all these protocols to work at their optimum level. So you allow your body to move into that miracle frequency of healing. You allow your mind to move into everything is possible for me. You allow your emotions to move into unconditional love and loving kindness. And this allows the miracle frequency also to continue to amplify and not just heal your body, but heal other areas of your life and amplify your manifesting ability. Because when manifesting is a choice and an intention, right? And it's also a frequency that we hold. And what keeps us from holding that frequency of manifestation is everything else that's in the way, which is lack of self-love, unworthiness, blame, guilt, fault, all of that, as well as the other entanglements that we have with other dimensions, timelines, our epigenetic stuff that we carry. But when we move into the place of all of this information that at some point I decided was my story, that at some point I decided was who I was in my body or who I was in the world. But now I'm reorganizing all this information so that I can be empowered or I can be in the state of awareness, in the state of mastery. Then the frequency that you're holding and from which you're creating is very powerful. And then we move into divine alignment. You are already the greatest form of creation, aligned with the divine within you to accelerate healing and abundance. So as divine light, as divine creation, that is truly knowing yourself as source and being in this world as source. When you move into this frequency of divine alignment, you're aligning your divine will, you're aligning your soul's will, and you're aligning your personal will. So what happens when all those wills are aligned, it's inevitable. Your intentions, your true intentions, your vision is inevitable, because it's like your focus was here, here, and here, and now you fully align your focus, and now it's a laser focus, and that allows you to move forward with ease and grace. But also, it gets the momentum going of creation, and it accelerates everything that you're visualizing and intending. And you embody your 100% divinity. You embody your 100% human, and that is absolutely possible for us to embody our totality of who we are, our divinity, activating your divine intelligence. Now, finding the answers within, healing ourselves. So often we look outside ourselves for the answers, but what if we just looked inside and looked at the information that our body already had available, and we used that information to heal ourselves? What if that information was always telling us the best way forward? What if it was telling us what we need to heal? So in this MP3, you're gonna find or learn to find the answers within you to restore your blueprint, to repair your DNA, and activate that beautiful divine light intelligence within you. So you're restoring yourself to your original creation as source, as the expression of source in the human body. And then we move into removing the limitations. So the limitations that we carry, these are as a result of the many lifetimes and what we learned in the many lifetimes. These has been the evolution of the world that we're carrying. And we carried it in our DNA, and we carry it in our ancestral DNA. And when we are aware as well that this is also information that we took on from our ancestors, that we took on from our parents, that we took on from society, we can pinpoint where it's being held in our DNA, in our body, in our emotions. And we can start to gently remove all of this from our field. And when we remove the ceilings, the set points, when we remove the cycles and the patterns, we can allow our divine fortune to actually overflow within us. We can allow our life to truly unfold in front of us. We can allow our perfect health to activate. It's like activating at the cellular level. Got it? As I'm talking, I can also already feel a shift happening across everybody. Beautiful.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that there is energy clearing happening right now, because I'm feeling it, and Lou just said that she's feeling, for some reason, she's feeling very sleepy, and I've been trying to get, like, I felt the shift happening, and I was getting woozy, and I was going to ask you, like, is this happening while you're talking too?
It is, and that's part of the codes that we carry, right? The codes that we carry, once they're activated, they're kind of constantly doing their work. And as you move into the next vibrational resonance, then that continues, that actually amplifies the codes to more and more and more and more. So This is really a powerful, beautiful process. And then we continue with activating affluence and opulence, wealth consciousness within you, resetting the reality that you're in, and moving to that choice point and 0 point energy for you to create something new in your reality. And the last code is the Ascension Accelerator. We did a little bit with this with one of our callers, Spirit Awakening, Light Body Activation, Divine Intelligence, Brilliance. This is really powerful, because when you can see yourself for who you are as a dimensional being, and really be able to work with every part of yourself, and really access parts of yourself for healing, for transformation, for creation, for holding space for your manifestation, you're using everything of who you are in a way that allows you to accelerate your ascension and leap, quantum leap, or collapse more of your timelines to that next best optimal way forward. You're really carving the path forward for yourself. These are the 8 codes that you'll be receiving.
Beautiful. And can you also quickly tell us how long these are, and how should we use them? Like 8 of them in one day, or just space them out? What do you recommend?
They're about 20 to 25 minutes long, and they come out weekly. So as they come out, listen to that, the MP3 that's coming out. And if you feel guided once you listen to that one, to go back and listen to another one that's going to support that MP3, or if that awakens something else within you and you feel like, oh, I need to go back to this other MP3, go ahead and do that, because they actually amplify each other. They have a similar but different frequency when they come in, and they're meant for you to really own your potential, for you to own your totality, move into the place of authority so that you can be clear in your intention, and so that you can also be in that place of mastery and observe yourself and create the life that you desire by making the choice points, recognizing the choice points in your life, and be able to choose the next best path forward for yourself.
Thank you. And so if let's say I'm receiving my codes weekly and I get code number 1, while I'm waiting for code number 2, do I listen to code number 1 just once, or can I listen to it repeatedly?
Repeatedly. You can listen to it repeatedly. You can also play it in the background, or you can also play it and just play it on the frequency, means that you can mute it, but it's still playing in the background.
Lou is so cute. She's saying, now I feel a liquid smile expanding in me. That's beautiful. Yeah, that is beautiful. It's spreading. This clearing is strong. I can feel the energy. Yeah. Very powerful stuff.
The other thing that I want to add to the codes is that they come in colors. So as you're in your receiving space, you'll notice colors coming in. You'll notice symbols coming in. You'll even notice numbers coming in. And they will come into different areas of your field or different parts of your multidimensional body. So in some cases, if we're working with spirit, it's going to come into the spirit. Sometimes it'll come into your physical body, and even parts of your organ systems, like the nervous system or the circulatory system, or the reproductive system if we're working on the womb or creation or abundance. So you'll see a variation of colors, symbols, numbers, light language as well coming in through the codes. And you'll notice where they're going. And sometimes I'll let you know where they're going specifically, but sometimes it's where you need them. So as they come in, they'll go into different parts of your body or different parts of your dimensional bodies.
Cool. Thank you. And then we have 4 I am activation MP3s.
Yes, and these are really important. And these actually help with creating that foundation. What we're really doing is that we are here in this moment. And what we're doing is we are moving this reality into another space, and we're creating a blank space. And in this blank space, we're choosing the best of our current reality and putting it into the blank space. And then we're also bringing from source and creating a new foundation. It's like creating a Merkaba for ourselves. From this Merkaba, it's going to move us. It's going to help us travel through our new timelines. And it's going to also help us hold the space of the new frequencies that are coming in at the mental level, the emotional level, the spiritual level, the energetic level. And these I am MP3s are meant to help you hold the authority within you, are meant to help you to hold the space so that you're fully integrating Christ consciousness. You're fully integrating the authority within you. You're fully staying in that place of the 0 point energy. Again, the space of creation, the space of pure potentiality, the space of inevitability. So the first one is I am abundant, worthy, deserving, and the authority of my life. And you can use this as a mantra as well. You'll receive the MP3 and it'll help you access the kingdom within you. This is your divine fortune. This is this is the providence within you. It'll allow you to create an overflow in your life. And you can use this, you can actually write it out, put it in different places around so you can remember to state and hold your authority, your I am presence. I am abundant, worthy, deserving, and the authority of my life. And imagine if you can operate from this place every single day. Imagine if you created from this place every single day versus fear and doubt and insecurity. So we're moving you into becoming limitless. We're moving you into becoming pure potentiality, fearless, unstoppable. With the I am MP3s. I am confident, limitless, and fearless. This MP3 will help you step into the courage, transform the relationship with fear, to inspiration, to see the future in full possibility. Now, we talked about the fear and limitations and all of that, but fear is an illusion. Fear is something that we gave power to. So now what we're doing is we're recognizing that there's primal fear, but there's also the fear that we created, the fear that we're relating to, the fear that we're amplifying. And we're taking that, and in spite of that, we're moving forward. But we're using the fear as information. So for instance, let's say that you're in front of a decision to make, or an opportunity shows up and you begin to experience the fear. The fear is not really meant to stop you from moving forward. The fear is showing up because there's an old pattern, an old belief system, an old cycle that is about to play out. So this is your choice point. This is the fork in the road. So we celebrate because when we work through the fear, we're going to have a breakthrough, and that's going to allow us to quantum leap over, not only collapse those old patterns and timelines and cycles, but it's going to diminish the energy that fear has had in the past. And it's going to make it even more manageable to a place where we can sense it, we can feel it, we know it. It's going to be used as information, as a trigger for us to look back into the past and see what's there. But what it's really going to allow us is to know that we're creating progress. Because every time the fear shows up, is something that we're breaking through to get to the next level. And that's progress. We're creating progress. We're moving into our alignment. We're moving into creating the vision of our lives. And we want to celebrate. I am trusting myself, my intuition, and my divine partnership with Source. So this is about you reconnecting with you and trusting not just yourself, but the divine guidance within you. We talked about the coming back to yourself and coming back to Source and coming back to divine intelligence within you. So this is really about that. Again, instead of looking outside and efforting and working hard and trying to prove yourself, we come back to ourselves. We come back and restore the trust in ourselves and believe in ourselves and heal the judgment so that we can lean fully into radical trust and divine partnership. And these MP3s may sound a little bit, they may sound similar, but in reality, they're not. The result of what we're clearing may have been similar, meaning that the fear has kept us from moving forward. The doubt has kept us from moving forward. So the outcome has been we're stuck or we're not creating the life. But the frequency that we're coming into is expansive. The frequency that we're coming into bringing in with the I am integration is, it's like opening up the space of the quantum for you to choose a multitude of opportunities and possibilities. I am mighty creator. I create a powerful aligned reality every day as the master of my destiny. So again, imagine if these were the mantras, but really more the ways of being that you showed up in the world every single day, that you woke up and this was who you were. I am a mighty creator. I create a powerful aligned reality every day. I trust myself. I trust my divine partnership. I am limitless and fearless. That's an amazing frequency. You've moved from creating your foundation to fully expressing your I am and creating from the divine. You're fully out of your way and allowing the divine to create through you. So these are very powerful. And the same, you can listen to them once you receive them or as often as you desire. And then we move into the group sessions. The group sessions are meant for us to go deeper into where you are and move into a different frequency by activating the divine within you and divine intelligence within you, removing the blocks. So in the workshops, everything that we talked about in my bio, clearing timelines, clearing ancestral timelines, removing entities, collapsing your timelines and clearing past lives. We do all of it in our sessions. We do all of it in our live group calls. We open up the space And we bring you into the space and we look at everything that we can do, or everything that's available for us to do, to move you into the space of self-actualization, of human potential, of divine awakening. And what that means is that we look at all the other information that you're carrying in your spiritual DNA, all the karma that you're carrying. We look at your ancestral DNA. I'm so excited. As well as your ancestral contract. And we begin to clear all those layers. We move into clearing the emotional body and the mental body of the programs and the dense emotions that are stuck. We clear your chakras, we clear your field, we create healthy boundaries. So we're doing it pretty much all in these sessions. And the intention, again, is for you to be your most powerful self, for you to fully own your authority, for you to fully be in the space of master creator. These sessions are about 60 minutes they can go to about 90 minutes, depending on what we're working on. So about 60 to 90 minutes. Again, and every one of these calls, it's an upgrade. Upgrading your DNA, upgrading your physical body, upgrading your spirit, your soul, upgrading your auric field, and allowing more space for you to hold the frequencies of love, prosperity, joy, bliss. And we're integrating into your field. We're again creating a new landscape. We're resetting into a new possibility. Beautiful. And you get a bonus MP3. You are divine light intelligence. So this is the knowing, this is the beginning. This is you understanding that as creation, you're not just the body. The body is the vessel and the temple for you, the divine light. And when we can reconnect and sort of within you, access the divine intelligence within you, the body begins to transform itself to be able to hold the frequency of your divine light. So we make in this MP3, we make the connection with the divine light and the divine light in your body, your physical body. So we activate the cellular level within your physical body. We activate the DNA within your physical body to hold the frequency, to be the vessel, to be the temple. And in that process, you quantumly, you become fearless. You hold this. So these are all the frequencies that you're now able to hold because your divine light is limitless potential. Divine light is pure potentiality. Divine light is quantum field, is universe, is source, is universal intelligence. And so the purpose of this program and everything in this program is not only to heal your physical body, but raise the vibration of your physical body to hold the new frequency of who you truly are, and then make that connection and make that integration into wholeness. So we're raising your vibration and upgrading you at every level, organ level, system level, cellular level, DNA level, energetic level.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And if you guys have any questions, please send them in the chat box now. We don't have a lot of time. So, if you can go back to that, Gretchen, the offer price right now is $197. It is going to go up. So at this point, you can get in at this price. And remember the different items there. You have the 8 activation codes, plus the 4 IM codes, plus the group classes, and you have the additional bonus MP3. All of that you have until this timer hits 0 for the price that we just mentioned, $197. Now, once you have purchased this and you have checked out, you will get an option to buy a one-on-one session with Maria if you would like. Then you can add that on. If you cannot attend live, my understanding is, Maria, they will get a replay, right?
Absolutely.
So they can, yeah. So you can take advantage of that. The clearings are just as powerful in the recorded sessions as well.
We also bring in the energy signature. So everybody that has purchased that, this is the choice that you're making, right? So your soul spirit is guiding you to make this choice point. And when you make that commitment, your energy signature participates. Actually, you come into the space even if you're not physically there or conscious of it, because this is something that you chose at that level.
Yeah. And then maybe there was a typo, Gretchen, on the second one because it said September. So if you can clarify that, please. It should have been October, I think. But if you can clarify that, that would be great.
Yes, for the default. I'm fixing it now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it is October. Thank you for pointing that out. Any questions regarding the package? Can you send your questions in the chat? Because I don't know if we have time to take another one-on-one, although we would love to. If you don't have any questions, what I would love to do is if you can all drop your hands and only maybe those people remain that want to ask a question from Maria. That would be really great. So we have, I think, only one person left. Or two. So let's quickly ask them if you have a question regarding the offer, whether it's going to work for you or not. So Maureen, you are on. You're unmuted. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, sorry. I was trying to lower my hand. I thought I had it up.
Oh,
My apologies.
it's okay. It's okay. Thank you, dear.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So the next person is Susan. Susan, you are... Gretchen, I'm going to let you do it because I mess up the screen. So,
All right, Susan, you can talk. You can unmute yourself now.
yeah.
Hi, Maria. I thought I'd lowered my hand, but I do have a question. This is all about sovereignty. It's bringing us into sovereignty, from what I'm hearing. You're clearing absolutely every area. Can you stop or teach us to stop people who have high level occult skills? I have a family that is continually I was put in a program as a kid. My family continually comes in, as does MK Ultra targeted individuals. So everything I clear, they come back and they put it back in place again.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have the ability to remove that? Because it seems it's like a curse of total destruction on every area of my life.
Yes.
And I'm not, I hear so many pieces here. They sound wonderful and powerful, but I've done a lot of work and it keeps all being put back in.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a contract that hasn't been removed. So it's a contract, and there's also a belief. So one's a contract, one's a belief that they have more power over you, or they are more powerful. So restoring that, clearing that will help. And then, of course, removing them and then sealing off the aura will help you.
Does she need a session, or is the base package going to be enough for her?
The session would be ideal for you, Susan, so that we can do that. If you have something specific like that, or whether it's health wise, whether it's something like that you've been working for a long time, a session would be better because it gives us that one-on-one time together, and it's very specific to you, and then we can go specifically to the root of it as well, and we can work directly with your spirit.
Beautiful. Thank you, Susan.
Sorry, I thought I had lowered my hand, ladies.
It's okay. Yeah, that was a great question. I'm glad you got the answer. You need to get that removed. So I'm glad you still divine intelligence. So Carolina is next.
Hello, I'm Carolina. Hello. Thank you for taking me. I'm just wondering what time the group healings are, or the sessions.
At 10 o'clock Pacific.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A.m., right? 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Yes, 10 a.m.
Pacific. Okay, great. Next person is Glorious. Hello, Glorious. Love that name.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to know if I can choose just a one-on-one session. Can I just purchase the one-on-one?
At the moment, the way the offer is, because you would be doing so much work in the foundational package, you would be getting so much help. So when you get into the session, you're going to be able to move fast through it. So at the moment, no. The only way you can get to the session is by going through the basic offer first.
Okay. All right. That was my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Glorious.
Thank you.
Next person, Gretchen, is Chanda. Oh, it's Chanda. That's why you have moon. Chanda means moon in Hindi and Urdu.
Where do you see the moon?
Huh?
The picture. Yes. Oh, really. Thank you. So my question is probably in line, and Eram, I've been with you for a long time. I don't know if you recognize the name, but you got so many followers.
I do. I've seen the name.
So,
yeah. So thank you. Appreciate you.
I was able to do it because I'm off work today, so I can do it at 11, Eastern time. Maria, hello. My question to you is, I have bought many packages, but I've got the impression that none of the program really works for me. I have heard this before. Some people have mentioned that. And I, especially when you said your spirit is not in the body, that kind of resonated with me. I followed and I was having a pounding sensation in my frontal, in my forehead, and all those. And I thought I will ask you this question and see what you can find out and how this package can be helpful for me.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. This package is very different because, oftentimes we go to the healer to do this for us, right? But there's a participation that needs to happen for us to move into the place of empowerment. And when we move into the place of empowerment, we move into a new intention or a different intention, which is, I am the master of my destiny. Yes, somebody is facilitating, but I, within me, know that this is possible for me. So that's what the package is also doing. And really, that's what the intention for you to move into empowerment, mastery, and to be the creator of your life. And that is you reclaiming who you are, as well as the connection with your spirit, and remove all the programs as well. So this, yes, definitely can help you.
All right. Thank you. I just needed to.
All right, Chanda. Thank you.
Take care.
And then I think the last person is Floor. Floor, and I think that means flower, right? Is that
yes?
French? Yeah. Cool.
You got it right. Good morning. How you guys doing? ¿Cómo estás, Maria?
Muy bien, gracias.
Oh my God, loving it. I'm loving it. First and foremost, I really appreciate it. You, both of you, giving me the opportunity to talk to Maria. I really do. Thank you, Eram.
Welcome, dear. You're so welcome.
Okay, my question is this. I guess the big problem that I have is that I have to learn how to love myself. Because I know that for a fact. And I've been working on it, but it's not easy. Because the reason why is because the little voice comes out most of the time and it starts telling me the other way around, right? And I'm just wondering if this program plus the session that you have included in this, Maria, will help me out. You tell me.
Yes, and especially in the one-on-one session, part of my work, my body of work is also hypnotherapy and NLP, clinical hypnotherapy. So we embed a lot of that in the MP3s as well as in the sessions. So it's energetic work, soul work, as well as mental emotional work, inner child work. The lack of self-love a lot has to do with the inner child. So we bring in the inner child into the space of self-love because that's also the connection, but that's part of your multi-dimensional bodies, the emotional and the inner child. And in doing so, then you're able to move from lack of self-love or inability to love yourself into I am love. And love is available to me, and I am divine creation. I am unconditional love and source love, divine love. And that's part of also the frequency that we're bringing in. And you'll hear me say that again often throughout the MP3s, and even in the workshops. So I would suggest for you the program itself to start moving into that foundation, and then the one-on-one session would be wonderful for you.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, because I've been fighting it for about 12 years now. It's been like I've been doing a few things in here and there. I even have a session with someone who actually does psychic or something like that, but it didn't work. Or probably I have so deep stuff in that it will take time to probably heal. I don't really know. I guess I'm gonna give you a shot in this case.
Well, it's my pleasure and honor to work with you. When you were talking, I could see your 12-year-old really being in that place. So 8, 9, and 12. Your 12-year-olds were the ones that are expressing this lack of self-love. So we'll definitely work with those ages.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, Maria. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna go sign up right now. And let's see if we can start working on this. I really appreciate. Thank God I have the opportunity to talk to you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great and blessed day. Namaste.
You too, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You too. Beautiful flower. Thank you. Lots of love. How about we just send a dose of love to Flor just right now? Because she was talking about self-love. So how about we do that, guys? Come on. Yes, there you go. So accept that, Flor. This is coming your way. Just open up your heart and accept it. That is so beautiful. I feel it. I feel it. That is so... Do you feel it, Maria? Oh, it's so strong. So beautiful. It's like, whew, every time it's like, it's tingling. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. You're so beautiful. You're just such amazing beings. Thank you. And Margaret said, absolutely loving this show. Such beautiful energies. Thank you to you both, Maria and Eram. Namaste. Thank you so much to you, Margaret. It's the energies really are beautiful, Maria. There's no question. They're just so beautiful and peaceful. It's like, sometimes I get really hyper and excited during a call because the energy is high. And the energy is high in this one too, but it's more of like very feminine, nurturing energy. That's what it is. It's very feminine, nurturing energy. Beautiful. And it's just like, like I'm just relaxing. Beautiful energy. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. One last question from Menaka. I think she has a good question. So I just saw that, but let's unmute her and let her give us the question. There you go. Did I pronounce your name right? Menaka? I don't know. You have to unmute yourself, dear. Unmute your microphone. Or I can read your question, which is, I recently purchased 2 Akashic record packages which help in clearing timelines, which my main focus is right now. Will this program be any different? So that was your question.
Well, this program is so much more than just timelines. Yeah, the Akashic, it's one part of who we are, but we're a multidimensional being. We're creating in different dimensions and timelines. So when we can work at and access all of the information that we are, then we can move into the place to when we can work in that space and see all of who we are, then the information becomes more laser focused and more aligned with our true intention. And what's beautiful about this, again, it's not one thing. It's sort of a beautiful healing energy that comes in, that it's layered and that goes into different spaces, into the timelines, into the past lives, into the ancestral lineage. And we're working at all those levels within this package. Inner child, the emotional mental body. We're also clearing interferences. So again, it's so much more than just the timelines, that it accelerates you moving into your authority. It accelerates you having what you desire. It accelerates you being the master of your destiny.
Beautiful. So beautiful. So amazing. Thank you so much. So you got your question answered, Menaka, even though we weren't able to get you on the audio. But This has been just so amazing, Maria. Just such a beautiful session and a very beautiful offering that you have brought to us. I really truly hope that all of you wonderful, our viewers, our beautiful FHTJ and Bliss Up community, take advantage of this offer. As you can see, you know, the serenity we felt today, this beautiful goddess energy, this just absolute, like I was saying, just feeling nurtured, supported, yet at the same time strong, you know, like not feeling any weakness, just feeling very strong in the energy. That was just so beautiful. Yeah, you can listen to the replay, Menaka. Your question was answered. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The offer is at, somebody had asked, how do you order this package? You have to go to orderjoy2020.com/Maria23. You can see it on the top of the screen right here. Kind of orderjoy2020.com/Maria23. Unfortunately, it's not clickable because it's on the screen. You will have to type this in, or Gretchen just posted that in the chat, and you will have to copy that and then paste it into your browser. And if you want to wait till the replay email comes out, the link is going to be in that email as well. Or if you don't want to wait, just hit reply to any of our emails that you've gotten. Ask for Maria's package link, and our customer support team will help you. Okay. For any other questions, remember, you can always email us at support@fromheartachetojoy.com. Or, like I said, hit reply to any of the emails and it will get to customer support. Remember, this is a time where, you know, the energies in the universe are shifting in a really big way. And, you know, I was reading something not too long ago, and it was a beautiful quote. It was about that at this point, it's not just about doing the work yourself, being a source of light yourself, but also really actively engaging in encouraging others to do the same. So it's no longer enough to be, you know, doing it for ourselves. Self-development is no longer enough. This is now the time to start, you know, kind of pulling people into it and helping them do the same thing too, because the energies are shifting. And it's now a time of, I feel, choosing sides, you know, like, who do you want to be with? What group do you want to be associated with? Which morphic field do you want to be a part of? And part of this morphic field is now really encouraging others to do the work too, to be a part of the light, to be light spreaders. So share these messages. We are really working on getting our social media activated too. These replays will go on there eventually too. But before that, forward the emails to whoever you want to, and whoever needs, like this call, for example, just the call itself is packed full of energy. I mean, so many of us shifted just during this call. It's packed full of energy. And then when Maria started talking about the package and the codes, and we were like all going, whoa, what's happening here? The energy was already kind of bursting through. So think about it. If somebody just listened to that and they shifted, even in a tiny way, 5%, 10%, that's huge. That's really huge. It can make all the difference in the world. I can't tell you how many people I'm talking to here in Pakistan that are thinking of or have tried to commit suicide because of the hunger, right? So I'm involved in, you know, food drives and getting money raised to help them. And by the way, portions of everything that you guys buy here, portions of our income from FHTJ go towards feeding the poor right now in Pakistan, because conditions have never been this bad. And I read that, you know, the prophet's saying was that, no, it's actually in the Quran, that it's not enough to feed the poor yourself when in such times. You also have to encourage others to do the same, right? So kind of like what I was talking about, that in times like this, it's not just enough to do it for yourself. You have to encourage others, inspire others, get the information out there, become like little light warriors, right? Do your part. Somebody had said, oh, I can't afford this package. So delete that, delete that, listen to this replay again, because there was a lot of abundance coming through. Make the intention that you are going to get this package before the timer hits 0, and then trust in grace. Just put your trust in grace, right? And then one of the things that you can do is share this replay with other people. You know, Maria, I've been through times, I've shared many times on this summit. When I started this summit, right before it, because I started the summit in June, and in July, my bankruptcy was, finalized. So I was in a state of real contraction financially. And I didn't have any money for the next month. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I invested the bottom dollar in launching this telesummit in 2012. And one of the things that I read at that time was that if you want to poke a hole in the skies of abundance, do an act of kindness. Do an act of kindness, and the hole through which abundance is going to flow through you is going to be as grand your gesture of kindness is, depending on where you are at in your life and what you can afford to do. And that's what I did. I have tried and tested this, and it works every single time. That whenever you feel you want to attract the flow of abundance towards you, start, spreading more light, kindness, love, compassion. And it works every time. So first, so delete this phrase that I can't afford it. Just delete it. You can't afford not to afford it, actually. So you're abundant beyond what you understand. And so please share these messages. Bring more people into the fold of FHTJ and Bliss Up as you can, because we're really working on raising the vibration of this community. We're working constantly to do stuff, even behind the scenes. We have weekly prayers that we do to raise the vibration of this platform and Bliss Up. And we, everything, like I said, portions of every purchase go towards feeding the poor and the hungry right now. And just so you guys know, right now I don't have any donation platform set up for for taking money. It's just through my own income and family and friends. But a family of 5 can be fed for 30 minutes on 30 days, 1 month, on $20. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So we're actually feeding hundreds of people every month right now. Thanks to you guys. Thank you to you guys. It's because of, the abundance that FHTJ and Bliss Up have brought me that I'm able to do that right now. I'll share pictures in one of these emails. I'm going to ask Gretchen to share the pictures of those families that we have kind of like soup kitchens that feed them daily. And then we also give them ration supplies for 30 days for a whole family. Okay, so that's all because of you guys. I want you to understand that, and also because of people like you, Maria, our beautiful, amazing guest speakers that basically make this possible. So thank you so much. Yeah, let's spread the abundance of love, kindness, compassion in the world.
Beautiful. So much a beautiful statement.
Yeah, look at all this love coming towards us. Thank you so much, you guys. You are amazing. You're just awesome. Thank you so much. And you, Maria, fantastic, fabulous show today. Thank you so much. I loved it. I love the energy. It's delicious, juicy.
My pleasure.
All right, dear. Take care. Honored, my dear. Lots of love. And you guys, take care. You're loved and appreciated. Bye-bye.